Hey, what's going on, Blissful Bash MTG? This is the first graded reveal video I've ever had. I sent a bunch of, I think like 15 more cards coming in from Beckett, where I sent more of my like way more expensive cards that I think will get good grades. I did send a handful to PSA, and we're gonna just kind of go through and see what we got here. All the cards that are in this one are Lorcana, and then I have some Magic the Gathering, Lorcana, and One Piece cards that I sent to Beckett. But I just got these back first, so we're going to dive into this, guys. If you haven't already, please be sure to smash the like button, leave a comment, as it does help out the channel so much as we strive to be able to do this channel full-time so I can leave the refinery and start my own store and stream 24/7 all the weeks and all the good stuff. And then also down below we have the Facebook group that's growing crazy, the Discord, Patreon. If you go over to sihobby.com, our partner store, Arthur and Jason, they're great owners, and we host events there all the time. Use code BASHMAM at the end of checkout to save 10% off your order, and they already have product at TCG Low or Better. They got One Piece, Lorcana, Pokemon, Magic the Gathering, all kinds of stuff on there, singles, sealed product. It's a great store. Check them out, guys. Without further ado, let's dive into this. We're going to just kind of, I don't know the order or what these are in order as far as what we got going on here. So we're just going to kind of go through what my grades are, potential pricing. Yeah, let's just check it out. Obviously, Lorcana's been blowing up. There's some really absurdly expensive cards, like the Golden Mickey Mouse. There's 500 of them, and they're like selling at $20,000 or $18,000 at the low end. I'm like, that's a little crazy. But let's check out the first one here. We have Maui, Disney Enchanted. So before the second wave or the release of the wave of first chapter, this guy was pushing $300, which is actually insane. He's definitely kind of come down since like the release of the first chapter again. I do believe in the next year and a half to 2 years, we're going to see an uptick in some of these first chapter wave print cards. As I don't believe we'll ever see them again as far as like being boxes out there in the wild that are going to be just getting sent to stores. So an 8 on that is kind of low. Obviously, for a newer set, you're like banking on getting 9s and 10s all day. So to see an 8, to me personally, I'd maybe sell this for what it would be worth raw. A 9, a little more. A 10, obviously at premium. Anything under an 8, you're better off just like cracking it and selling it raw. That's just right now. In the future, who's to say that won't be the case? Next card up, we have Alice. This is from the set 2, the second set, the second wave. So let's see here. This got a 9, right? And it's interesting with PSA, right? They're not as sticklers on centering, because when I sent this in, like I kind of looked more right to left. So a lot of these cards that you're going to see are like, yeah, I might not send this to Beckett because there's no way this is going to get a 10. This is a 9 is pretty good on this one though. Alice was pushing $400 for a while there because it was the most popular card in the set that this was in. But she's come down a lot as far as price-wise goes. And then we have the Genie from first chapter. I love Aladdin, so this is pretty nostalgic to me to be able to hold a guy like this in my hand. Again, the centering wasn't perfect from top to bottom, but side to side, it was pretty good. So I sent it to PSA, and it got a 9, which is surprising because I thought for sure I didn't see any other nicks and damage or anything on the corners. I thought for sure this would get a 10, but that's okay. A 9 is perfect. What do we got here? Ooh, Hades. That's right, dude. Dope looking artwork on this card. This is fantastic. I am a big fan of Hercules. I would say arguably my 2 favorite Disney movies are The Lion King and Hercules for sure. I just love the impact that Hercules had on me as a child growing up, man. He was so cool. It was just awesome to see this dude destroy gods. But Hades was just a character in that movie. So to get this into 10 is pretty awesome. Price-wise, off the top of the dome skis, I want to say this is probably in the $350 range at a 10. Again, I would probably hold on to 10s all day, as in the future, I think PSA 10s of the first chapter or Beckett 10s of the first chapter are only going to go up. It's hard to say what it will be for all the other sets out there. Like all the new enchantments being printed, you're seeing a big decline in price right now. And then I feel like there's just going to be this shift in wave where all the newer enchanters are going to slowly drift down and level out at a lower plane, where these are going to slowly drift up, and who knows what the sky limit is. Now this card, a freaking 6, dude. Are you kidding me? I don't really like when you see a 6 on a PSA card, you're looking at like a damaged card. And to be honest, to me, this card was not even in bad condition. So like, I wish there came like a little sticky note as to why this got a 6, because even the centering was good. There's no indents. The only thing I could maybe see, like, I don't even know if I'd count it, but like maybe just the tippy top of this corner up here. I don't know. I don't know how this got a 6. I don't know if the guy was drinking on the job, but I don't send a card in that I don't think is going to get a decent grade, like at least an 8 or up. But this was a 6, so I'm probably going to use this for a giveaway. You know what? Let's do this for a giveaway in this video. If this video gets over 100 likes and 1,000 views, just at I would say probably by the end of summer. No, let's do by the end of July. If this video gets 100 likes and 1,000 views, we'll do a random comment picker. You have to be subscribed to the channel to win this. We're going to give this away. I just, a 6, you're better off just cracking that open. Giveaway, end of July. So we're going to remember this together, guys. So we're going to give away this PSA 6 Snow White. All you got to do, guys, is comment on this video. And at the end of July, 1st of August, let's just say that. 1st of August, we'll give this card away, guys. I believe that is a Thursday. So on the 1st of August, we're going to give this card away to one lucky winner in this comment section. So yeah, that's actually kind of cool. I don't like to give away graded cards a lot, especially ones that like I want to keep. But I have give graded cards away, and that's going to be another one on the books. Pete, my boy, he's the bad dog in the house. He got a 10. He's from the second set. Obviously, this guy doesn't drive a high price range, but you never know. There's some sticklers out there in the collector community that have a nuance, a niche collector market. You never know what a PSA 10 is going to do with an early set like this. So we might hang on to this guy. I mean, obviously a 10 is awesome all day long, so I don't know what kind of fan base Peace has. I don't see this card ever getting too expensive. And then we have Mickey Mouse Enchanted, the Sorcerer, the Wayward Sorcerer. Again, a 7 is not what you're wanting to see on a card, especially this new. It is better off, in my opinion, just cracking this open and trying again. Again, I don't see too much wrong with this. The centering is pretty dang good on it, too. It's just like, it's actually kind of crazy how unapologetic PSA can be, how inconsistent they can be. The only thing I see down here probably is this little corner. It's got a little raised up on it, but I thought maybe that was the only thing on there that I saw that had any particular impact on the card, because the back looked okay. It's just that one corner. I don't know. Maybe I just kind of misinterpreted that corner, and that's what it is. It is what it is, guys. Up next, we got the Peter Pan, baby. Peter Pan in the building, fighting Captain Hook looking ass. We got a PSA 10 of this. This is not the misprint one. Honestly, though, that misprint one has been so common, I think it's going to drop down in price because it is just as much printed as the normal one, in my opinion. So PSA 10, I'm cool with this. This is dope. I think Peter Pan is a really, really awesome Disney character. The lore behind him is sick. This might be one we hang on to for a while. PSA 10, again, are like going to be the ones that you want to keep your eye on in this set. And then we have the Captain Hook. So if maybe you had the bundle PSA 10s, that might drive a better bargain. Like when you're going to sell them to a collector or something, you know, you're like, hey, and if you look at it, that actually looks like the boat or whatever they're on almost looks like it kind of connects into the same picture. Maybe that was the vibe they were trying to give off. That's actually pretty cool. Pretty sure that's what it is, dude. Maybe I'm just realizing this now for the first time. But yeah, there's Captain Hook, PSA 10. Some people call Captain Hook the good guy from the darkness. You know, Disney has a dark side to it. They're saying that Peter Pan was trying to keep kids on this island and Captain Hook was trying to save them. You know what? Anything's possible nowadays. We got the big Tinkerbell, you know, Peter Pan's right-hand man. I'm sorry, lady. PSA 9, I thought for sure this was going to get a 10. It is a great card. The only thing that I did see was it was a little left to right. But again, PSA is pretty low-key lackadaisical on the centering. Everything else was like mint condition to me. Now that I'm looking at it, it seems like there's just the smallest little nick up there. And maybe that's what caused it to get the 9. Either way, pretty cool card from the first set. It's awesome. It used to be like $500-600 card. It's gone down in price. A PSA 9 sells for like $350. Simba, my OG, my man. I was praying this would get a 10 because I want to get a 10 PSA Simba. He's like my all-time favorite Disney character. And when I was buying this guy, it was like $220, $240 a piece. Right now, they're down to about $180. A PSA 9 is selling for like $280 to $320 right now. Definitely one I'm going to hang on to for a while. So definitely awesome to see you, Simba. Love you, buddy. And then we've got another Alice. PSA 9. Pretty cool. I love the artwork on this card. The colors pop off a lot, and the enchanted foiling gives it some really, really cool aesthetic value to it. Centering looked great. I think the edging was okay. There's this just ever so slight whitening over here. And I know PSA is pretty sticklers on the whitening, white dots and stuff like that. So we got a PSA 9 on that, Alice. And now we finally see one of our first princess cards from the first set with a PSA 10. I believe PSA 10 Auroras right now are sitting at around $700, I want to say. A raw is like $300 to $400. These were like $450, I want to say, peak like hype princess era with the first chapter, $450. I even think I saw them get up to $500 at one point near Cinderella. I would maybe have to double check that pricing. Again, I do believe cards like Aurora from the first set that are princesses that are in a 10 or gem mint condition, it's just we don't know what's going to happen with this game, right? It's very, very new. Disney has a deep pocket, though, and they are going to try everything they can to just keep this game on the market. It has made one hell of an impact. So I'm excited to see what happens. That's why I kind of made a little bit of an investment. People hate that word when it comes to TCG, especially these new players in Lorcana. They hate guys like us when we say investment. These cards are going to hold value and go up. They hate us, and that's okay. I'm not like Rudy trying to influence the market or anything. But I like to I'm a collector, guys. That's part of card games. People like to collect. If there were no collectors, I don't think there would be anything special about if you were pulling packs. What's the point of pulling packs if there's no value to be had? If there's no cards that are expensive in there, you're not going to do that. You're just going to hopefully everyone else opens the packs, and then you're going to go and buy your own cards that you want for your decks and just play. When you play a card that's got some value to it and it's expensive, it's got a feeling to it, and that's the magic behind card games. And I hate seeing people drop it to $0, make it worth nothing so everyone can play it. That you can't have that, guys. It's not healthy for any TCG. If that happens, those TCGs are going to fail. They will. It's going to lose that magical spark to it. That is why MTG is so special and has been so successful for so long, because every set there's at least cards in the hundreds that are worth a lot of money. And then you got old cards that are worth thousands. And Pokemon, same thing. And I believe with the first chapter and even maybe the second and third chapters of these Lorcana sets, we're going to have that stability in like that magical spark in pricing and cards. And then we've got a 9 in the Aurora. Sorry for my rant. I'm just trying to spit some truth out here. This is my truth, my opinion to you guys. A 9 for that one. Let's keep this going. I'm trying to keep it under 20 minutes. We do have an Aladdin, my boyo, with the 10. The artwork on this is fantastic. I think I bought this for $170 when I bought it, and the guy was just trying to get rid of it at the time during the spike, and it got a 10. So right now, I think this is the last bid on one was $400. Pretty cool to see. Belle, I was super bummed. Belle, you got a 9, Belly. This is a really, really, really popular one from the first set. I think next to Elsa. Really hoping this was going to get a 10. I'm going to hold on to probably my 9s too, just because it is super popular. I didn't get a good look here as to why maybe this got a 9, but I'm not going to argue it too much because it is what it is. I'm not going to dwell on the fact. And then I had another one that got an 8 that I thought was in better condition too. It's such a bummer. Like I almost, like anything under a 9, I feel like at least an 8 you got to sell to what the raw cost would be. And if you think about it, like 8 is still like a near mint card. You're still like near mint. I just feel like 7s and 6s and 5s, you're looking at a damaged card, even though it says it's still saying like it's a mint card, like it's extremely good or whatever. It's not worth it in my opinion. So an 8 is a bummer to me. I don't know what I'm gonna do there. Dude, another 10. That's right. I did get another 10 Aurora. I was super happy to see this. Guys, I'm super excited to share my Beckett, because when you get your cards back, you can see the grades. So if you're ever watching videos of people opening their graded cards, 99% of the time they know what they're getting. Like right now, I knew what all these cards' grades were. I just put them in a random order in the box, and we're kind of going through it together. But if everyone's like, oh my God, no way. Yeah, they already knew they had that. So I'm not trying to play you guys like a fiddle here. We're just being genuine right now. And I'm showing you what I got. And it's pretty cool. Another 10 for Aurora. Super dope card. It was a powerhouse when it was going up in price. It was up there with those top 5 cards. And then another Mickey Mouse. I was hoping to get a 10. But you know what? We didn't. And it is what it is, guys. I hope you enjoyed. I can't wait to show you my Beckett cards, because I have 2 cards that I got graded that are worth like $2,500 plus. It's going to be epic, dude. I hope you enjoyed this. This is my first graded video. Let me know how I did. Give me your opinions. What's your true value on where you want markets to lie? Do you want collectors to pull out and let cards go to zero? Do you enjoy and appreciate the investors that spend big money and try to hold that market with some of these cards and their values? Do you appreciate that? So it gives the magical spark to it. Like if you were to open a box and you're like, holy shit, I just opened a $500 card. Let me know. Do you want cards to drop to zero? Give me your opinion, guys, because this is all TED Talk here, and I'm glad you guys enjoyed it. If you did, leave a comment and like button. Check out the socials, guys. We'll talk to you on the next one. Peace out.